Mission Control, the space pod has landed.
Alright everybody, Spacepod here. We are with Suburban Delinquent, and the Triumph Speed Triple 1050. And yes, it feels all of that 1050. It's really tall too, it's actually a lot taller than the Street Triple. I'm kind of used to the bike. So this is a Triumph Speed Triple 1050. The seat height is 32.4. It's a lot taller. This Suburban Delinquent, it's a lot taller than the Street Triple. I'm taking it real easy till I know what this thing's gonna do on me. Steer pretty heavy. Wow, it's got quite a pull. This thing makes the Street Triple feel like a Ninja 300. I'm missing a left mirror, so I don't exactly know where I'm going, and I can't see that much. The friction zone's kind of at the end of the clutch travel. The clutch is a little heavy. It feels good though. I like it. Now that I'm kind of used to the power and what it's going to do on takeoff, it's good. It's so tall though. This guy's a good rider. Really good rider. It's so tall that it's really hard for me to get the kickstand down, and there's no doohickey on the kickstand to help me put it down, so that kind of sucks. Of course I'm going to take it easy, it's not my bike. Ortega. I haven't done Ortega in a while, but I'm gonna take it easy on those corners because I'm on someone else's bike. I'm cool. Oh god, lane splitting on someone else's bike for the first time is always a little hairball. Really got to muscle it. I would throw some PAZZOs on this pretty quick. Of course, the tank is very substantial, very grippable. Pegs are actually in a pretty good position, but you know, this bike could really use a doohickey, so short-ass people like me can put the kickstand down because it's hard to support yourself when you can't flat foot. And I think he's signaling that we're going to go right, and then try to put the kickstand up or down. That's the only thing I don't like. If I had my druthers, I would probably throw a low seat on it. I also would prefer real mirrors on this thing. Not a big deal if you're following someone. But I do like to see behind me. Delinquent doesn't need mirrors. He's a pretty quick rider, I'm sure. Certainly skilled. But this thing is just ready to pounce. Oh my God! Now, if I were having a pick, I'd probably get the street triple because this is a bit much for me. I'm really not that fast. But it is a lot of fun. And maybe if I were used to it, it wouldn't be so hairball and mental. He's probably like, "Come on, Space Pit." Oh man, the overrun sounds awesome. The over rev. I'm trying to get a sense of the feeling. It's a little abrupt compared to the street triple or the Daytona. But part of that is just the gobs of power that it has. Like right there. It's just got so much grunt. Hey, that guy had a stripe like me. This looks like O'Neill Park. Like the Coda de Casa Road. So Suburban Delinquent is a cool cat. He lives down in an area where I used to live, actually, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's tricky to manage that power and turn the bike sometimes when you're not used to it, because I'm getting used to how much muscle it takes to turn it. Last thing I want to do is make an aggressive pass and then get caught out on a bike that's still unfamiliar to me. Wheelie. Haha. Suburban Delinquent, people. I don't think in a million years I'd ever be able to do that. People ask me how I do my art, and I'm like, I don't know, I've just been doing it forever and it comes naturally. So yeah, this is a tall bike. Caution short riders. For comparison, 5'3", 29-inch inseam, and if that's your spec, if you're around that in inseam, it is going to feel very tall. Flat footing is probably out of the question. For me, it's out of the question. And they do make a low seat, which I probably would advise. You can also lower the bike an inch or so, half an inch, whatever it takes, sneak up on it. Normally I wouldn't like to lower a bike, but if you had to have one of these and you're short, that might be a solution. So yeah, it's tall as hell when I'm standing. When I'm riding, it feels pretty awesome. I'm not too crunched up or anything. I want to throw it into some turns, but I got to be able to see through the turn a little bit before I do that. So you got to be very careful on the throttle with this bike. Now this bike, for a new rider, it probably would be a bad idea, even if you had discipline. Although I think, you know, humans are capable of such awesome things. A little bit of discipline goes a long way. And, you know, I've never ridden this bike before, or a bike like it, and all I did was I just got to know the machine. I pretty much know how the bike's going to react when I take off first, so that's cool. I'm nowhere near the bike's potential just because, you know, I'm still getting to know it, and I have a skill limit, so I'm riding well within that skill limit for my conditions or the roads I'm on. Straight line's pretty easy. Gotta make at least one pass so we can get it on film. I see a Corvette C7 up there. Okay, this is Ortega Highway. About to enter it now. Hopefully I got some battery life left. I think so, yeah, I think we're good. Chick rider, awesome. Unicorn! Unicorn! Hasn't even moved yet. I think I'm going to stay fluffy in third. And by fluffy I mean fluffy throttle response, not too sharp, not too pouncy. So if I hit a bump or something, I'm not going to fly into the weeds. It'll be more forgiving as I'm turning. And the thing has enough torque to do it, so not too worried. It's not like you got to keep it on a boil, on the boil like a Super Sport. Oh man, this is a fun road. This thing is a lot heavier than the street triple, as you would guess. More rotating mass, heavier parts, big tires. So you got to use a lot more muscle to turn. If you don't mind doing that and you like the power, then, you know, it might be the bike for you. I tend to prefer a little bit more flickability. But maybe if you're used to muscling it, it's not a big deal. It's not hard to muscle, you just got to be used to it. I'll just nod. I don't want to take my hands off the beast. I remember when I took my SV here once, there was one moment where I thought I was going to biff it because I had this canyon wall coming at me. I was in over my head, and I just turned the bike and I leaned it for the life of me, literally. And I made it, but man, it was one of those moments where you ride over your head and you think you're going to die. You just stay with it. You don't panic. If you're a motorcycle rider, last thing you ever want to do is be the type that panics. Now, it does happen to the best of us, but if you're the type that acts instead of panicking, you know, you can live and you can panic later. Panic all you want at the cafe over a Coke, over a tea, over a coffee. But with motorcycles, you got to have your head in the game. Such a beautiful road, so beautiful. And I'm so glad that Suburban Sub-D, I'm going to call him Sub-D, is taking it easy with me here on his bike. Both of his bikes out for the day on Sunday. Because, you know, it's not a whole lot of fun when people just lose you instantly. I'm sure he could. You know, I had some people complaining because I let a group ride on the Ninja 300s, and I went at my own pace, and I'm not that quick, I admit that. So I didn't think it was that bad. I was trying to enjoy the ride. But, you know, if you're going to go ahead, you just got to wait for people, that's all. Yeah, even at this pace, I mean, it's a casual ride. I'm not here to win a trophy, but it's still really fun. You know, when you're on a bike, you can smell everything. Your vision is unobstructed. Of course, your hearing is more than stimulated, and it's just amazing. You know, it's like you know you're alive, right? You're in a car, and cars are fun too, but on a bike, you know you're alive. It takes effort. It takes thinking. You got to be on your toes, kind of literally. You really just got to be in the game to ride a motorcycle, in the weather too, of course. And you smell everything. It's amazing. Of course, the visceral thrill, the thrill of just acceleration is awesome. You know, the forces that are applied to you, it really is like flying in 2D. It's as close as you're going to get legally to flying in 2015 without actually flying. I mean, that's how awesome it is. And you're on 2 wheels. You're not even on 3 wheels. It's not even a stable platform. So yeah, after riding the Daytona and the Street Triple and the Speed Triple, which bike would I get? Well, definitely not the Speed Triple. It's too tall and too powerful. Probably more expensive. The Street Triple is oh my god, that is a top contender, I really gotta say. And it's a lot shorter than this bike. It's a 31.7-ish seat height. This bike is like 32.4, and you feel that. You feel that last almost inch. The Daytona is pretty tall too. About as tall as this bike, I think. Yeah, I gotta concentrate. And the Daytona feels about as tall as this bike. Oh yeah, these are some nice turns right here. If I knew the road better, I could go a little faster, but I would rather be slow or be accused of being slow than crash any day. You know, I have crashed in the canyons. I've crashed at GMR, I've crashed at ACH, I have crashed at the track, so it's not like I haven't pushed. I just don't like crashing. And nobody does. So when you've crashed enough, you tend to slow down, or maybe you get faster, but for me it's made me slow down. You know, my living is as an artist. I don't need to ruin my hands. I need those. Not that anyone wants to ruin their hands, but there's just more at stake for my fine motor control than not being able to ride. Or it's, you know, my job. sure Sub is bored, but I'm a little slow. See right there, power kick. Okay, not too bad. Muscle it over. This is a really rhythmic road. I really like it. Good. I can smell Sub D's cologne the entire ride. It's kind of funny. My sense of smell is too good. Yes, it's too good. There's the lake. Beautiful views. Okay, this is going to be tough for me because it's dirt. See, I'm not taking any chances. See, I gotta plan my routes on dirt. on a tall bike. I love the bike, it's great. It's just, it's so powerful though. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, how about you?
Good to meet you, thank you. Good, good. And of course you rode the Gixxer up here, which is your 2008, right?
750?
Yeah, that's a sweet Gixxer. And you let me ride your Speed Triple 1050. Is it an R or is there an R model?
It's just the regular.
And that's all you need, really, because that thing's a stallion. So here we are, Ortega Highway. This is the Lookout, right?
Lake Elsinore.
Pretty sweet. So how long you been vlogging for? You've been blowing up like crazy. What's your secret?
I started in May.
Yeah.
I don't know, just be cool and try to have fun with my videos and not be too serious and connect with other moto vloggers. At the end of the day, it's social media. You got to capitalize on social media.
Yeah, good advice. Sometimes I'm a little serious, but it's kind of my thing, so it's cool. We all have our different strategies. And then any advice for the new and upcoming vlogger?
Ooh. Just don't take yourself too serious. Just have fun.
Okay, that's good advice. Be yourself, right? Don't try to be sub D, right? Don't try to be the BXD or the Space Pots. Be your own thing. Even if you take from other people, you borrow. Everyone does that. Every artist does that. It's called assimilation, appropriation. But you know, you gotta be your own you.
Right. Try to stay original.
Yeah.
Find something about you and put it in your videos that nobody else has. Be unique.
Good stuff. Because no one can be you better than you, right?
What's that? I didn't hear that.
No one can be you better than you.
Absolutely.
And if you're gonna get a spacesuit, make it like pink or something, so it doesn't step on my toes. So, and Sub D, your logo is really cool. You were telling me the inspiration for that. You want to share it with your fans?
Well,
the viewers.
The logo itself. Well, the name was cool. I didn't want to be like held into a moto, scenario. So, Suburban Delinquent can apply to anything, all walks of life. And that was the point. And then the baseball design itself, it's very recognizable. Everybody's seen something similar, so it's more of a household image. You know, we've all been to baseball games. We've all experienced that logo in some way or another. Let it be Little League, the Dodgers, the Braves, whatever.
Good point.
So you recognize it.
Absolutely. I think it's a great logo. It's very readable, and it has a sort of a legacy with all the baseball stuff, and it's really nice. It taps into that love center for baseball. So for me, I think Dodgers, Braves, etc.
Right.
Pretty much
when
any
you look
baseball
at it,
team.
you feel like you already know it. You've already associated with it in one way or another.
See, guys, you could learn from Mr. Subdi with the branding, and you studied branding, right? Did you say?
Yeah, I've got a marketing background.
See, that helps. That helps a lot. And you know, a lot of it is logic, but there's a science to it. And when you learn about the stuff, you kind of learn all that. Of course, you can learn by doing as well. And yeah, you don't want to name yourself Dark Blue Gixxer, because then if you get a light blue Gixxer, you're screwed.
Right.
You know, you get a red one or a white one.
Like 6'4" Honda, he's in trouble.
Yeah, 6 foot. If he shrinks as he gets older, it's gonna have to be like 6'3" Honda, maybe Yamaha. He's stuck with a Honda now. I know I mentioned that to him a while back. I'm like, dude, you're like so typecast right now. Cool. Well, thanks, man. We'll keep it short and sweet. Anything you want to say before we sign off?
No, I don't have anything more.
All right, thank you so much for letting me ride your bike. Good meeting you. We'll have some lunch because we're like starving. So, alrighty, people. We'll see you in a bit. Give him a sub and a like, and Space Pod out.